Hey guys, welcome to Game Back. Today bringing a video for our Warzone weapon series, and today we're going to be covering the M60. So I've been trying to get some good gameplay with this for a while now since I unlocked the blueprint, or I bought the blueprint for the Rambo bundle here. And I'm actually a big fan of the M60. It's one of my favorite guns of all time. It's been one of my favorite weapons to use throughout almost every FPS where it has been present in the game, all the way back to Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the previous Battlefield games. I've always used the M60, big fan of it. It is hands down my favorite weapon, even over the AKs. So I want to pick it up here in the game, and you can see the gameplay in the background. It hits very, very hard. However, this weapon does struggle with accuracy. It has a lot of vertical as well as horizontal recoil, which causes it to bounce around, especially with these zoomed optics. You'll see some of the gameplay here, mixing and matching like a 3 times, as well as an L-cam with the 2 times, and even I believe a Hawksmoor, and it just bouncing around a lot with some of these targets that would typically be easy kills with really any other weapon, especially any other machine gun. So I think I found probably the best place, or the best way to set this machine gun up for my particular play style. So we'll walk through that, and then I'll walk you through a good solo win here. So I actually had my first solo. I just started playing solos again recently, and my first solo win probably in about 9 months here. So it felt good. So I'll walk you through that with the M60, and we'll just discuss how the weapon handles. So let's go ahead now. We'll back out, and we'll see the final design here for the weapon. And we'll go ahead and strip this down to base. Now, I'm using the Rambo Classic here. However, I would not recommend this blueprint if you don't have it. I mean, it looks really good, but I don't think it's the most beneficial for gameplay. You can see here I have the base M60 is probably what you would rather go with, in my opinion. The Rambo Classic, because it has a tracer effect with this shatter blast, so it has a tracer as well as kind of a semi-explosion effect here with the dismemberment. It does make it a little bit, there's some obstruction with you when you're hitting your targets and trying to hit follow-up shots. So I noticed myself having a lot of difficulty in some engagements because of that. My visuals ability to track the target was being obstructed by the tracer as well as the shatter blast explosive effect from the round itself. So I would recommend this setup on the base M60 so you don't have to deal with that. But for the purpose of this video, we'll use the one that I used here in game, that being the Rambo Classic. And I do like this one just because you get obviously you get the 7.62x51 wrapped rounds around the handguard here and the barrel, just like in the Rambo movie. So it looks really cool. That's really why I decided to use this one. So the first attachment, I'm actually going to go with the agency suppressor. So I was playing around with the sound suppressor mostly the whole time using this weapon until today when I got this one. I finally unlocked the agency suppressor and I decided to try it. The difference is with the agency suppressor, you're going to get that vertical recoil control, which the suppressor you don't get. However, the suppressor had some buffs this past week with ADS speed as well as sprint to fire speed, which made it a little bit more beneficial to use. However, agency suppressor overall, you're going to get that damage, effective damage at range, bullet velocity, vertical recoil control, which is key with this weapon, as well as the sound suppression. So it makes sense to use this. Cons being the ADS speed and the aiming stability. And obviously, because it's a suppressor, you'll stay off the minimap in Warzone. So we'll go ahead and select the agency suppressor just because we're going to get that vertical recoil control over the base suppressor. So we'll select that. Now for the barrel option here, we're going to go ahead and do the 22.8-inch match grade. This is going to give us the effective damage range increase, which is going to complement the agency suppressor really well, and the cons being the sprinting move speed. However, we're not going to be doing that with the M60 because it's a light machine gun, so we really don't need to worry about that. Now, I am going to select here for the Rambo Classic. This is a custom blueprint barrel that you get with this. I'm going to go with the default because it gives us that traditional M60 barrel with the bipod that's fixed to the barrel itself. So it looks really good. You have slow death, obviously a little bit not my taste because it's green, and then you can see the difference with the Rambo Classic. You just don't have the bipod there. So in the movie he had the bipod, which is why I wanted to go with this one. So we'll put the default 22.8-inch match grade on. We'll skip out on the laser, and now the optic. So the optic, I played around with a lot of these. I played around with the Axle Arms 3 times, and obviously the Axle Arms, the Royal Cross, as well as I believe one other one, they changed the way the reticle looks, or the optic, how close it is to you, the user, and the way the reticle looks. So they're not as zoomed. It's easier to control the recoil. However, still with the 3 times, just have way too much trouble controlling the recoil on this as well as follow-up shots. A lot of that is probably due to the blueprint having that tracer and the shatter effect, so definitely try it with the base. I do like it. However, I was personally having trouble staying on target, and it seems like the vertical and horizontal recoil is amplified with both the axle arms 3 times and the Alcan 2 times. So I decided to skip out on these, and I ended up going to the quick shot LED. So this is just a standard 1.25 magnification, very low magnification optic here, red dot. So you're going to get the front sight post for the M60 as well as the red dot and the same. So it actually makes it a lot easier to track the target in my opinion. I also tried the Hollow Scout, and again, this one, reticle is too big. I just had a lot of trouble tracking my target because of the heavy recoil and the effects. So the quick shot, or the quick dot LED here, is the one that I go with here in this gameplay. And honestly, this is the best optic in terms of controlling recoil and keeping my shots on target that I was able to play with so far. So we'll select that. For the stock option, we're going to go with the base stock here. And then for the rear grip, we're going to go with the airborne elastic wrap. This is going to give us the ADS speed, the flinch resistance, and the aiming stability. Cons here being the ADS firing movement speed, and the sprint to fire time. But again, we're not too worried about that. We're going to want to pair this with an SMG for our second class ideally. So we'll go ahead and select that. Then the final attachment, we're going to skip out on the ammo. We're good with the 100-round belt. And for the underbarrel attachment, we're going to go with the field agent grip. So again, I played around with 2 of these, the foregrip for the specific horizontal recoil control, just because the horizontal recoil control I feel is the worst on this weapon. So I tried to control it just with this. However, again, I was just still struggling. Again, a lot of it could be due to the blueprint itself, as well as just the poor visuals on the Warzone map right now with the haze. But I ended up going back to the field agent grip. This gives you both horizontal recoil control and the vertical recoil control. The cons here are the firing movement speed and the ADS speed. And again, this blueprint, you can see the base as well as the Rambo Classic. It makes sense how this is on to, or I guess on connected to the handguard itself. Versus this one just kind of looks like it's super glued on or something. So here the Rambo Classic, it makes sense that it's on there with that crossbar. So we'll go ahead and select the Rambo Classic variant of this. It looks nice, complements the weapon really well. And this is our final design for the M60. So the M60, the pig, firing 7.62 by 51mm, the workhorse of the machine guns of the Vietnam War for the United States here. A beautiful weapon. Again, my all-time favorite weapon. However, I really wish they went with an M60 E6 for the Modern Warfare side, or at least porting this in, they gave us an E6 blueprint. Would have been really, really nice. But maybe in Modern Warfare 2. But here's the M60 we got, so we're going to go ahead and use it here. Now, really quick, just to back out, you'll see I'm running a Stechkin with this. Stechkin pistol for a secondary. I'm running double time, goes tune-up. I have claymores and my heartbeat, and then I'm going to swap to my secondary, even though I don't use it at all in this gameplay. I have an MP7 class here. You can see using, again, a Stechkin and just my perks there to take over. And I'm going to just obviously pick up the MP7 and the M60 after that. So that's our M60. Operator for this is going to be D-Day, and honestly, you'll see him here at the main menu. D-Day just looks awesome with this version of the M60, which is really why I kind of wanted to use this the most, because D-Day with that Delta-esque look. A lot of the Special Forces of the United States military still like to use the M60 E4 as well as now the E6 now that it's out. So M60 is still a favorite weapon among Special Forces, even though it was replaced by the M240, but D-Day looks really awesome with this. So we'll go ahead now and we'll go back to the weapon itself. The final design for the M60 here, M60 LMG 7.62 by 51mm. Let's go ahead now and we'll jump into the gameplay for this, and I'll walk you through this solo win, the first solo win in about 9 months. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here we go. I had already landed up by a little bit before police there, that new mining area that they have on the map. And I loot a little bit here. And I'm going to go ahead and get this recon drone and just kind of put it up and see what's going on, because I have a feeling there's people probably around me. And there we go. Right off the bat, I spot one guy really trailing right behind me. This is a route I just ran. So he obviously seen there's no loot, and he opts to go towards police instead of the direction I went. So I'm going to go ahead and follow him up here. And you can see right there at the top right of my screen, I see him running towards the house. So I'm going to reposition. I have this K1 as well as an XM4. So the K1 sniper rifle, not a big fan of it at all. However, I'm somehow able to use it effectively here. So you can see this guy's running. He has no idea I'm there. You can see the new effect with that 3x optic. It looks really clean. Makes it definitely a lot easier to get that shot. And then I'm able to clean him up with the XM4. So skipping forward just a little bit here, I moved down towards the restaurant area. and I heard somebody, so I'm gonna crouch. I'm pretty sure I heard someone, and I'm just gonna kind of crouch around here. And somebody actually did. I'm not sure if there was somebody there previously or not, but somebody did parachute in and was running around in there. So they came down from fire. I'm gonna reposition. This guy opens up the door, and unfortunately for him, he climbs the ladder. I'm able to hit that shot unmounted, surprisingly, because I'm really bad with the XM4. But fast forward again, I just got my loadout here, and this king popped up in restaurant. So I have no idea where this guy came from. So I'm going to try and sneak up here, see if I can get him. However, I only have the M60 and the K1 sniper rifle right now. I don't have my secondary class for a close quarters MP7. So I'm not feeling confident to push in here, especially because he's just sitting there, and he definitely doesn't know I'm there because I'm ghost at this point. But here, just this crazy situation. This guy here at the garage just happens to probably be coming up to the king too. Now this has never happened to me before. He downs me. I broke him. He's gonna push, and he got caught mounting that and trying to climb over that, and it threw off his aim enough for me to just hit fire him with the M60, which is just ridiculous. It's the first time I've ever really done that in that type of style where he's pushing me like that. And really the only reason I was able to pull that off is because there was that ledge that he had to jump up and over to get eyes on me. So you can see there, I still have this king. He finished the king. I have him on my heartbeat. He's still in a restaurant. So I'm going to take a peek here and see if I can see him. And there he comes. He comes out. He obviously heard all the firefighting going on, and I'm going to hit him a couple times. He's going to run back in. So here, I'm not going to pick that fight. I'm going to reposition downhill. I know he's in restaurant. He has to push down towards me unless he opts to go with a wide left flank from my point of view. But here he comes to the right. He tries to go wide right, but I still have perfect visuals from this point of the map. I position myself perfectly here. And again, he just gets caught in the open, and you can see the M60 there. Again, that quick dot optic there just really mitigating the recoil, allowing me to get shots on quickly. So here I pick up another self and a UAV and a loadout. I'm going to pop that UAV, and there's a guy coming up behind me here. Now, this guy, this is interesting. I'm not sure if it's the same guy as earlier, or later on you'll see. I break him, and he retreats. So this is weird because I don't think that's a cheater, actually. But here, I followed him in this car, so that guy must have died to the guy I'm about to encounter. So I picked this guy up on heartbeat. There's no way he has me on heartbeat, and he shouldn't know I'm there because I haven't seen him yet. And I'm ghost, so he can't pick me up on heartbeat. So here he comes, just kind of crawling up very slowly, as if there's somebody in the yellow house. But for some reason, he sees me, and he just starts beaming me. Now, I'm 99% confident this guy was cheating. The guy I talked to at the end of the game actually asked me if this dude was cheating. He said his name, and I said, yeah, I ran into him earlier. I'm pretty sure he was. Very, very weird engagement here. He knew when to reposition. He knew where to reposition to. So he's draining all of my plates at this point. He's not missing any shots. So again, I'm in a really bad situation now from a position that I had full advantage. Again, you can see him just destroying me. I had the height advantage. I had the building. I should have easily been able to kill this guy. So here I go. I'm going to desperation attack. I'm going to drop an airstrike to try and force him into the house further so I can get back to this truck so I can get out of there. And he didn't even move, which is very weird. And again, I didn't mean to jump on that, but he downed me. I actually did report him. Kill cam was very, very fishy. Just the whole engagement was weird. So I'm able to get into Gulag, get out. And coming out, I did actually spot that guy. You'll see him again here in a little bit. But loadout drops. There's 3 of them. Somehow I made it over there and made it back. Don't know how that happened. Now I picked this guy up on heartbeat. It's the same guy that just killed me over there by police. And again, I have him on heartbeat. I'm ghost. There's no way he should be able to see me at this point. I have myself positioned at an angle to where if he had eyes on me, I would have eyes on him. He should not know I'm there. So I'm pretty sure he's running walls and some maybe light aimbot, not aimbot, but probably a recoil reduction script or something is what it seems like. And you can see he peeks that corner and knows right where I am and shoots at me. And he's hitting a lot of his shots. I'm able to hit him a little bit to scare him away. And I'm able to plate up. I don't have any extra plates at this point. Again, I have the advantage here. I'm height advantage, everything. There's no way this guy should have known where I was because I'm ghost, and he didn't see me running in either. Very weird. So right there, I saw him run. I got an airstrike put on me. I had to reposition over here to the other side of the shoot house. He looped around far to my left side. And right there, I actually just saw him in front of me by that contract that you see on the map. So he looped all the way around and somehow got over there. Which is just crazy to me. I saw this guy, like I said, when I was coming back in from the gulag, rotating down. He's not even Ghost, so very strange. But again, here we go, playing this smart. I'm going to position myself on this rock, make sure there's no one behind me. There's only 2 other people left, so my idea is, obviously, in solos, I need these 2 to fight so I can know where they are. And there we go, some fire, so I'm immediately going to reposition. I know they're both in front of me. I have the advantage. The circle's got to come towards me. And here's go. Last guy, again, M60, it hits him hard. He just got into a firefight. I was able to catch him at a point where he had to rotate in. It's just really bad position. He was going to have to cross over that open field there. So a nice little M60 gameplay there. Nothing special, no crazy high kills. However, it just shows the effectiveness and really how you need to use this. Now, how good is the M60? I'd honestly say it's probably one of the, if not the worst machine gun in the entire game, unfortunately. As much as I want it to be good, it's just really, really, really bad. No matter what optic you put on it, the recoil, it bounces all over the place. And it's really frustrating. A lot of gunfights where you should easily win and be able to hit targets with any other machine gun, just unable to do so. So it's a weird weapon. I think the quick dot LED, in my opinion, is the easiest optic to mitigate that recoil. And like I said, if you're going to use this, use the base M60 so you don't have to deal with the tracer effects. But the guy I killed here at the end, good sport. He was saying the same thing. He said, "Did you get killed by, what's so and so? I think he was cheating." I said, "Yeah, that's the guy that killed me too." And I'm pretty sure it was. So let me know what you guys think down below. This is the M60, my first solo win in nearly 9 or 10 months. So it was a long time I hadn't been playing solos. But let me know down below what you guys think. Till next time, this is Buffering Gaming with the M60. Till next time, Buffering Gaming out.